Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our English speaking podcast for beginners. I'm Alex.
And I'm Emma. We're thrilled to have you with us for episode 4. Today, we're going to cover 10 essential phrases that will help you in everyday conversations. These phrases are perfect for beginners who want to feel more confident speaking English.
Absolutely, Emma. These phrases are not only useful, but also versatile. They can be used in various situations, whether you're traveling, working, or just socializing.
Let's dive right in. The first phrase we're going to talk about is, "How are you?"
How are you? Is one of the most common ways to ask someone about their well-being. It's a friendly and polite way to start a conversation. You can use it when you meet someone for the first time or when you're catching up with a friend.
That's right. For example, if you're meeting a colleague at work, you might say, "Hi, John, how are you today?" It's a great way to show interest and start a conversation.
And the response can vary depending on how you're feeling. If you're feeling good, you might say, "I'm good, thank you," or "I'm doing well, thanks for asking." If you're not feeling great, it's okay to be honest and say something like, "I'm a bit tired, but I'm okay."
You can also add more details to your response if you feel like it. For example, "I'm doing well. I just got back from a lovely vacation." Or, "I'm not feeling my best today. I've been under the weather."
That's a great point, Emma. Adding a bit more detail can make the conversation more engaging. Now let's move on to our second phrase. Could you help me, please?
This phrase is very useful when you need assistance with something. Whether you're in a store, at a service desk, or even asking a stranger on the street, "Could you help me, please?" is a polite way to request help.
For instance, if you're in a bookstore looking for a specific book, you might ask a staff member, "Could you help me find a book by Jane Austen, please?" It's a polite and clear way to ask for assistance.
And if someone asks you this question, you can respond by offering your help. For example, "Of course. What are you looking for?" Or, "Sure, I'd be happy to help. What do you need?"
Exactly. Moving on to our third phrase, I don't understand.
This phrase is crucial when you're having trouble following a conversation. It's okay to admit that you don't understand something. It's a part of the learning process.
For example, if someone is speaking too quickly or using complex vocabulary, you might say, "I don't understand. Could you please explain that again?" This shows that you're eager to learn and want to make sure you get the information correctly.
If you're in a class or a meeting, you can also ask for clarification by saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you go over it once more?"
Our fourth phrase is, "Can you please repeat that?"
This is very similar to "I don't understand," but specifically asks someone to say something again. It's especially useful if you missed a part of what was said or if it wasn't clear.
For example, if someone is giving you directions and you didn't catch the entire set of instructions, you might say, "Can you please repeat that? I missed the last part."
And when someone asks you to repeat something, it's helpful to speak a bit slower and clearer. You could say, "Sure, I said we need to turn left at the next intersection."
Moving on to our fifth phrase, what time is it?
This is a simple yet important question. Knowing how to ask for the time is useful in many situations, whether you're meeting someone, catching a bus, or just checking how much time you have left for an activity.
You can use this phrase in various contexts. For example, "Excuse me, what time is it?" If you're in a formal setting, you might want to add "please" to make it more polite. "Could you tell me what time it is, please?"
And to answer, you could say, "It's 2:45 p.m., or "It's 7:15. It's good to be familiar with different ways to tell time, such as 1/2 past, 1/4 to, and o'clock.
Our sixth phrase is, "Where is the nearest place?"
This phrase is incredibly useful when you're looking for a specific location. Just replace "place" with whatever you're searching for, like bank, restaurant, or pharmacy.
For instance, if you're in a new city and need to find a place to eat, you might ask, "Where is the nearest restaurant?" If someone gives you directions, they might say, "It's 2 blocks down on the left."
And if you're giving directions, be as clear as possible. You could say, "The nearest pharmacy is across the street from the park."
Phrase number 7 is, "I'd like to order food drink, please."
This phrase is perfect when you're at a restaurant or cafe. Just replace food drink with whatever you want to order.
For example, I'd like to order a cup of coffee, please. Or, I'd like to order the chicken salad. It's polite and straightforward, making it easy for the server to understand what you want.
If you're unsure about what to order, you might ask for recommendations by saying, "What do you recommend?" Or, "What's the most popular dish here?"
Number 8 is, how much does this cost?
This phrase is essential when you're shopping or need to know the price of something. It helps you understand how much you need to pay.
For example, if you're at a market and see something you like, you might ask, how much does this cost? The response could be something like, it's $15, or the price is $8.
And if you're giving the cost, make sure to speak clearly. You might say, "This shirt costs $25," or "The total is $30."
Our 9th phrase is, I'm looking for something.
This phrase is useful when you're searching for a specific item or service. Just replace something with what you need.
For example, I'm looking for a birthday gift, or I'm looking for a new pair of shoes. It helps the person you're talking to understand exactly what you need.
If you're at a store and need assistance, you might say, "I'm looking for the electronics section," or "I'm looking for a good restaurant nearby."
And finally, our 10th phrase is, do you speak English?
This is a helpful question to ask if you're unsure whether someone can communicate in English. It's polite and straightforward.
For example, if you're in a foreign country and need help, you might ask, do you speak English? If the person responds with yes, you can continue the conversation. If they say no, you might need to find another way to communicate.
To wrap up, let's quickly review the phrases we've covered today.
Sure, here's a recap. How are you? Could you help me, please? I don't understand. Can you please repeat that? What time is it? Where is the nearest place? I'd like to order food drink, please. How much does this cost? I'm looking for something. Do you speak English?
Remember, practicing these phrases will help you become more comfortable in everyday conversations. Don't be afraid to use them in your daily life.
That's right. And the more you practice, the easier it will become to use these phrases naturally.
If you have any questions or need further clarification on these phrases, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help.
And don't forget to check out our previous episodes if you missed them. We cover many other useful phrases and tips for learning English.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you found this episode helpful.
If you enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe and leave us a review. Your feedback is important to us and helps us improve.
We look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Have a great day.
Bye for now.